Hi everyone, this is Danny for Danny Tutorials, and today I'm gonna show you how to make a gecko from the Pjmask cartoon. And I also already have on my channel Owlette and Catboy. Before we start the video, please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button to get notification for all the new videos. And let's jump to the video. We are going to start making an oval shape and marking a little lower to the center where the eyes are going to be. You can use your fingers or a rolling pin and already mark where the eyes are going to be. You just push down, make 2 indentations. You can push your fingers together to mark the bone of the nose, and then with the ball tool I'm gonna start pushing everything down to leave some space to put the skin color. All those tools I use and the clay or fondant or whatever I'm using, the materials, I try to leave everything on the description of the video for you guys to be able to find. And now we're gonna place the 3D eye sticker on the place. And also I have this link in the description box for you guys to my Facebook page, and on the Facebook page you can find the template to print those eyes for you as well. And if you want them with the resin already done and perfect to use, you can go visit my Etsy shop and you can find it there too. With anything straight and very thin, we're gonna make the all the lines marked to one side and the lines marked to the other side, because he has kind of like a diamond shape pattern on his skin. I do not have any texture that was little enough with that shape to do it, so I decided to make by hand. Of course, never gonna be perfect as if you have a texture to use it, but at the end gave a really cool effect. You can see the picture that I'm using as reference. It's always good to have a picture because you can measure like I'm making, and you can see it's not just for you to see how the character to look like, but you can really use that to base how long the arms need to be, how long the legs need to be, and all that info. It's pretty cool. It's pretty easy, easier to see when you have the paper to measure all that than when you just put in your phone and you open. So I like to print it. And I will also have that picture as well at my Facebook page if you want to make it exactly the same size. So you see that I mark the body, cut the middle to separate the legs, and I'm just making all rounded and pinching the end of the feet together just to make that little finishing and marking the center to separate the legs. Same thing to the back. If you feel more comfortable, you can make the body and then put the legs together. But since he's little, I think then he can be put all together and it be more steady. And then I'm just marking with something straight, a little line to separate the legs and the feet. I also, if I was going to make for myself, I will make him a little darker green, because as you can see, the picture and the color I'm using are not the same, but that was made for a customer, and she made all the party favors and the little baggies, and the bag had that green, so she wanted me to match the green she was using. But if you're making for somebody or making for yourself, I will make a little darker. I just want to put that out there so you guys know that I know that it's not the same color, but that was a choice. Now I made a teardrop shape and I elongated that, and I'm just gonna cut the tail. And I am going to make the same texture that I made for the body. I'm gonna make for the tail and every single part of him. I prefer to do as soon as I cut it, because if you're using air dry clay, that starts drying, and if you're using gum paste and things like that, if you wait too long to make any detail, it cracks. So it's always good to take your time if you want to do any type of texture in any piece you're making it to do right away. So I'm just going to go to one side, that diagonal, and then that other side, and that diagonal all the way around. You can go very OCD on this, you know, make the lines be perfect. I just wanted to give an impression of the skin, some texture. But if you want to be super perfect, you can even measure if you want to. I can't measure anything, so... And then we're gonna do the same thing to the body. Sticking to the end of the video, I'm giving you a little sneak peek and what's coming to the next tutorial. And then it's pretty cool. I watched the movie. I'm not gonna tell because I don't want to mess it up the surprise, but you sticking to the end and you're gonna see who is coming soon to the channel. So a Pjmask is a cartoon. I don't know if you guys know, really big for the kids because it has Catboy, it has Gekko that I'm making here, and also has Owlette, then it's a girl. So it's kind of like a girl and a boy situation. So they really like it. So I hope this Gekko tutorial can really help you guys to make anything that you need for your party, and you can make him a gecko as big and as small as you need to make a cake topper, to make a decoration, to make a candle. You can make gecko as big as or as small as you need, just following the same steps, the same tutorial. So as you can see, I'm making gecko skin to be all like the diamond shape. I had it actually a texture like those that you use for cakes, but they were going to be really big diamonds, so they will not really fit. So I decided to do like that. And if you just another reminder, as you can see, I changed my channel's name, you know, because I thought that it was easier for you guys to know than it's just tutorials and not just copying cakes. And I hope you guys are liking it. I'm pretty excited, pretty full of ideas and new tutorials that are coming soon for you guys. So please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and giving me a thumbs up and a like if you really enjoy this type of video, just because then I can kind of know what you guys want to see, what you'd like the more or what you like less, so I can kind of navigate and put more content than you guys like even more. So as you can see, I took my time to go and make gecko skin like that. And kind of when it dry, it looks pretty cool because you can go on the top with a chalk pastel, like a darker green, just to make it that pop out even more. So it kind of is a very cool way to do a texture without buying anything in special for it. So now we are going to start with arms. You know that I like to make a big long roll, like a big fat snake, but I want to make the two length of the arms together, because then I know that they are the same wide, like their width is the same in both of them. And then I mark the wrist and I kind of spoon the end, like I'm making like it was a little spoon. And then with the little tiny scissor, you cut a little V shape to separate the thumb and the other fingers. And Gekko and Catboy and Owlette, they all have just 4 fingers, just like Mickey and Donald and Minnie. I actually talk about that on the Catboy video tutorial, because I wanted to know why they decide to do that, because they are like little kids in the show, you know, little kids then put the suit on and then transform to Gekko and to Catboy and Owlette. So I wanted to know why they have just 4 fingers. What happened? But I guess nobody knows. But I'm separating the fingers. I'm just rolling them out, getting all the marks off, all the scissor marks off, and just really putting the fingers at the position that I want them to be. So he always had that fist. So you make the 3 fingers folded and then you put the thumb on top of it. You can even make that thumb a little longer than you normally would do, because then you can really cover it. And I measure in my picture to cut the excess and leave already the arm as long as I need it to be. And we're gonna do that same thing all over again. Mark the rest, spoon it a little bit where the fingers are gonna be, and then we're gonna cut a little V shape. And don't forget, when we're making hands, then where you cut the V shape on the both sides, they need to be mirrored to each other, because your thumbs are always close to your body. So just look at, sometimes I need to look to my hands to see, so that V shape is gonna be all the way, you know, so you need one each side. And then as you can see, I'm just cutting that arm. I'm making the thumb a little longer than usual, just making everything rounded, and then closing the 3 fingers to make him have that little fist of, like, I don't know, woohoo, fist. As you can see, you can even use something rounded to help you to curve those fingers without messing it up, and you put that little thumb down. I like to just go over, you know, and smooth it out just to be sure. And then with the very, really like bright green, he has some details like on the shoulders. I think they have on the knee. Like, just look at the picture, you're gonna see in the back of the hands. And I also doing all the texture and every piece I have it too, and putting those little other green color details. As I said in the beginning of the video, I will make him a little bit darker. Remember then, clay, cool porcelain, and even Gumpast, they get a little darker when they're dry. So he's gonna be a little bit darker when it's dry, but not dark enough as I think he should. But as you can see, I'm using a very, you know, fluorescent green in the bottom of the feet, just to mark that little separation for the feet and the legs. And he has on hands, on the knee, I think on the elbows. If you look at the picture, then it's always super important to have, you can see where you need to put the details. I never said that, but I didn't have this green, so I needed to make a green that will match the green I needed. So if you have a customer and you need to match a color, if you want to make your green darker, you just need to mix a little bit of black, a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of blue. So then you make your green darker without getting at that poop color, you know, like that color that is not a color. So I'm putting 2 circles on his knees, and I make like a little line on the outside and just mark lines. And now we are going, since I'm using the green already, I am going to put his eyebrows. You can definitely just paint it with some acrylic paint that is very fluorescent green if you feel that it's easier to make eyebrows and the logo than he has on his belly. But I thought then this color clay would be good and would be very fluorescent when it's dry too. So now I made 2 circles, and I'm cutting, as you can see, kind of like a half moon shape. And we are going to place the top of the head all the way back down, the little detailed, and I don't know what's the name of that. If you know, please let me know down to the comments. But he has that all the way down his back. Actually, I don't know, I put it just on the head, and I'm here thinking I didn't have the picture of his back, so I'm not sure if he has that all the way down on his back, but I would check that. And that's why it's always good to have the picture and study before you start making it. Here we go. You put it there and let it dry before you put it down so you don't lose the shape. And now with a little bit of skin color, we're gonna make that little part that we made a hole. We're gonna fill that with the skin color because he has that mask on. And then I made a little tiny ball with the skin color. Go smaller than you think, just to fill his nose. So now you can just mark a smile just like that, like I made a catboy. You can see the video. The links are gonna be all in the description box. Or you can make the smile with the teeth like I see on the picture. I was going to just make the line, but I decided, since I made the line for catboy and for outlet tutorials, I decided to show you here how to make the smile if you want to, how to make the black, how to put the teeth, just to show you guys a little bit more than I did for the other two tutorials. So I made a very skinny and snake with the black, wide enough to go from one side of the smile to the other side of the smile, and then I am going to just go over that black and getting wider and hide all that bottom of the mouth. So always put less clay or material than you need it to don't mess it up or don't have too much and then you cannot get off. I made a very thin snake of white and we put it right on the top, right at the edge of the mouth. We make the sides be very thin, and then you're gonna need something very little like a toothpick or a tool just to separate each teeth, just to give even more detail and look cooler. And we're gonna do the same thing on the bottom. And remember that even when you're smiling, you show more teeth on the top than on the bottom. So that snake needs to be smaller than the one you put on the top. So I decided to put just more like in the one side to the other side, because when I put him together, he's gonna kind of be looking over his shoulder. So you need to think about that too, like how you will be looking to you, what were you going to see if he was looking over his shoulder. So that's why I did that. And then for the logo, I made a circle and I kind of made a top of the triangle right there. I made two little circles in the middle to make like a cat mask. I'm sorry, it is so tiny. That's why my hand is in front of it. It's just because it's a tiny little thing that's like less than a half inch. So I kind of put it very close for you guys to see, but it's just look at the picture and you can really, see how it looks like. With a little bit of water and a toothpick, I just place it on the body, and I'm pre-mating the hole on the head so it doesn't lose the shape when I put it right there. Just like that. And I love the way that 3D eye with the resin looks like, because it's shiny. It's super simple. You don't need to go crazy painting, and it looks exactly like they are. So it's really cool. I'm using crazy glue just to place the arms at the body, because I already let it dry. I'm also putting a little bit under the head and the back for the tail. And he is done. He is actually my favorite. I will make him a little darker, but he's pretty cool. I hope you guys like this gecko tutorial from Pjmask, and this is my surprise that Onward Ian is coming, and the movie is super cute. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch. Thank you so much for watching my tutorials, and I talk to you guys in the next tutorial. Bye guys.